What's up, man? It's your boy Jay, aka the Straight G, aka Mama. There goes that man again, aka I'm so disrespectful, aka the man by many names, and I'm really happy. One of the reasons why I'm happy is because that bitch Andrea seems like she's gonna get what's coming to her. But before we get into all that, let's get into this episode. Okay, this episode really didn't have any character development in it. Maybe a little bit. So the episode starts off with Michonne and Andrea. It was like a flashback to them before they went to Woodbury, with Michonne and Andrea sitting around and they had her walkers, and Andrea asked Michonne, you know, did you know them? And she just said they got what's coming to them. They're not human anymore, they're walkers. Fast forward through all the bullshit that didn't matter to the part where we see basically the governor setting up a torture chamber for Michonne, because he knows Rick is weak and Rick is going to give her over. We see the governor setting up this torture chamber for Michonne, basically ready to go all medieval on her ass. And Andrea, old punk bitch made ass, is like, he's sick. And this is the part of the episode that pissed me off so much, because Andrea has had countless times to kill this man, and each time she didn't do it. She couldn't bring herself to pull the trigger because, let's face it, she was in love with him. She sees the governor and she's like, I gotta kill him. And I was like, oh, Andrea, you sad-minded creature. That's what Michonne tried to tell you at the very beginning. He's evil. Man, if she doesn't get what's coming to her, if she doesn't have anything, so then she makes up to her mind. She pulls out a gun. She doesn't kill him again. Keep in mind, still the perfect chance to kill him. She still doesn't kill him. She waits too long, and the little nerdy geek guy is like, oh, you can't do that, and pull the gun away from her. And I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious, Andrea? So then she's like, I can't be here anymore. So she jumps the gate and she takes off to the prison. Now, the part that really surprised me is the governor comes after her, and it's a scene in here where the governor is in a truck, and he's they're in this field, and he's driving towards it, and I'm saying to myself, run her over. I can't think back to a time that I wanted somebody to die more in this show than Andrea. Somehow escapes the governor running her over, which I don't think he was trying to kill her. I think he was toying with her. And they go into this building or whatnot, and in this building, he basically goes apeshit. She hides and she evades him, and they get to this point to where he finally gets her in a corner, and he thinks that he got her, and she opens the door and a whole bunch of walkers come out. Now, I'm saying to myself, oh man, this is going to be the first episode that I ever say was a bad episode from The Walking Dead. And the reason being is because if that's the way that they kill off the governor and Andrea gets to go back to the prison scot-free, that is whack. Because I want to see the governor face off with Rick, and I want to see Andrea get punished for all the wrong she's done to this group. Because she has done a lot of bad shit. 1, she betrayed Michonne. 2, she betrayed Rick and her original group. 3, she chose loyalty to the governor, and now she just gets to walk back in and be cool with everybody again. First and foremost, it was the unforgivable mistake when she betrayed my future wife, Michonne. I was watching it and I'm like, man, this is mad whack, man. They gonna kill a governor like this? So Andrea makes it off, and you see her strolling up to the prison, which, FYI, the last time she went to the prison, it took her not even half the time to get there. But in this episode, it took her a long time to get there. I don't know what was up with that. But she gets there, and guess who pops up? The governor. Thought he was dead, didn't you, bitches? So he grabs her and he takes her ass back to Woodbury. Now, some other scenes in there is Tyrese. We actually seen some character develop with him, because him and his group actually got into it because Tyrese and his sister were the people who actually let Andrea go. She escaped through a part of Woodbury that they were guarding, and they let her go because she was like, something's wrong with the governor. He's not who he seems to be. He's a sick man. Now, they could have just shot her, and that would be the end of it, but they let her go. He was like, alright, go. Because keep in mind that Tyrese and his sister and them, they're still under the illusion that you have a choice to be in Woodbury. They don't know is once you come, you can't leave. You see, Tyrese and his group get into it a little bit, because basically what they do is they round up the new guys, and you find out that Tyrese, I forget the white guy name, the other white guy in Tyrese group, has a little bit animosity towards him because Tyrese saved his wife, so his wife kind of like looked at Tyrese as her protector. You see that there's some tension between them, and there's always been tension between them, and they kind of get into it. And they go supposed to go pick up walkers to release on Rick now, which we all know that that's a tactic that the governor already used. Once again, Tyrese and him doesn't know that, and Tyrese basically says, "I'm not with this. You know, you got a problem with Rick. Okay, I understand that, but you know they got women and children in there." Tyrese, to me, is one of the very few honorable men left. I don't even think Rick is honorable. For him to even consider giving up Michonne, that's not an honorable move to me. Tyrese, he didn't know Andrea from a hole in the wall. He let her go. Tyrese, Rick pointed a gun in his face. He's trying to protect some of his people. I mean, that's just honorable shit to me. He's quickly becoming one of my favorite characters in the show. Michonne is still my future wife. They basically into a scrap. Nothing comes of it, but meanwhile, somebody actually comes back to like the little place where they're gathering all the walkers at nighttime, and they set it on fire. And I'm not sure who we think it is who did it. At the end of the episode, they kind of gave you a hint as though it was the little nerdy white guy who's like the governor's scientist. I forget his name. They give you a hint as though it's him, but I'm not sure it's him. I'm not sure it's him at all. But hey, it might be him. But I don't think it's too obvious to be him. I don't know who it is. They might be getting ready to introduce some more characters into the show. If they were, then you gotta ask yourself, how long have the mystery man or the mystery woman have been watching the governor? Just like the governor was watching Rick, and he knew that Rick brought all those guns back. Who's watching the governor? Somebody has to be watching that operation. Now, I think they're going to introduce maybe some new characters to the show. Who knows? The governor comes back to Woodbury, and the guy walks up to the governor's car, asks him, "Did you catch her?" And he tells her no. Now, we all know that the governor caught Andrea. She was right there by the prison. She thought he was dead. He came up and he captured her. And he's like, no. And the first thing that I start thinking is back to the very beginning of the episode where they showed that torture chair that he set up for Michonne. He's going to get some practice on Andrea. And I'm like, I can't wait, baby. Because Andrea deserves it, man. She deserves it. Because she had her chances to leave. And I know some people are going to be in the comments like, oh, she doesn't deserve it. She had her chance. Michonne warned her. Rick's group warned her. The scientists even warned. Everybody has warned her about the governor. And she stayed and she played with fire. When you play with fire, you get burned. So they ended off with showing Andrea in the governor's chair, and he's about to get medieval on her ass. What did I think of this episode? I mean, as far as story wise or character development wise, it showed a little bit in Tyrese's group. It gave us a little insight to them. It gave us a little insight to, you know, the lost time between Andrea and Michonne. But other than that, it was really that. I'm just happy about this episode that I finally see that Michonne is going to get some. I mean, not Michonne. Andrea is going to have to pay for, you know. She's going to have to live with the choices that she made. And like I told you guys in the last episode, she chose her side. And I just thought it was fucked up that they were just going to let her back into the prison, because they probably would have without a care in the world. So, what do I think is going to happen in the next episode? I don't know. I'm guessing maybe that we're probably going to see the mystery person, whoever he is, because I don't think that it's who we think it is. We're probably going to see his hand again, or her hand again. I don't know what, but we're probably going to see her or his hand again. And unfortunately, I think Rick is going to give up Michonne, or at least try to, or something. Something's going to happen where Michonne's going to be a big part of the plot. But I just know that I'm happy that that bitch Andrea getting what's deserved to her. So, I don't know. You guys leave some comments and you tell me what you think is going to happen. And I think we've only got 3 more episodes left before this season is done. So, leave some comments. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me what you guys thought of this episode. And tell me what you think's going to happen. Because, like I said, this really didn't push the plot that much in this episode. So, So that's all for me, man. I'm signing off. Konnichiwa, bitches.